Okay. So there's a lot of faces on here that I don't know because Raimi and I are mixing our group monthly chats this year because Lindsay and Fee do it and they love it. So this is our first one. So we have Maggie here. I'm going to let her just get going because it's 9:00 at her house, and Michelle and Raimi, you guys are all in the same time zone, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So let me
Yeah.
highlight you. Here's my kid. Hi.
Hi, sweet boy.
Hi. You want to come say hi? Okay.
Yes.
Say hi. Okay. Hey, there's one. Okay, go to bed. Callan, come here. Your turn.
I'm just happy he has pants on.
Oh, yeah.
You never know in our house.
I know. Not our... Hi.
So handsome.
Okay. Now go. Okay. Let's see. Spotlight. Maggie. Mute.
I gotta mute. Hold on.
All you.
Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. My name is Maggie Hensley, and I'm a Superstar Director out of Dallas, Texas. I have been with Scentsy for almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years next month, which is insane. Like, other than be a wife and mom, I don't think I've done anything for 10 years. It's crazy pants. So super excited to celebrate that. And Raimi, I think World Tour that we're doing is it might be on my Scentsy anniversary. I don't remember the exact date that it's on. It's in my calendar, but I think it might be on my Scentsy anniversary, which is kind of fun. It's in February. So the first 2 weeks of February, it'll be close. Anyway, I am super excited to talk to you guys for a little bit tonight about Scentsy Club. It is my most favorite part of Scentsy right now. My business pretty much revolves around Scentsy Club. I am a work smarter, not harder kind of person. I currently have 6 children. I have 5 children of my own, 5 boys. And then we are a foster family. We have a little baby right now. So I have 6 boys right now. And it is mayhem here. I love it so much. I absolutely feel like I am living out my calling. But it is very, very busy. And I make really good money with Scentsy, but I have zero desire to work a lot of hours. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to work full-time hours. I want to work in little pockets of time that work for me and with my schedule. My children are going to come first always. I do not miss baseball, football, basketball games. I pick my kids up from school every day. I make sure that I take them to their doctor's appointments. I want to be the one that transports my little man to and from visits to see his parents. I very much work my business in little pieces where I can. And they're always going to come first. Being a Scentsy Superstar Director is not my calling in life. It's not. Scentsy is very much a vessel for me. And so when I say I want to work smarter, not harder, I very much mean that. Like, I want to work as little as possible, but very intentionally. I want the most bang for my time and effort as possible. I had an assistant a couple of years ago and it was fantastic, but when she quit because she was homeschooling, she started homeschooling because of the pandemic. I now had to do all this stuff myself. And I was like, I don't want to do all this. Why am I doing all this? And I cut out a ton of the fluff. I really do as minimal amount of things as I possibly can to be the most effective. Scentsy Club became that for me. So when I first started with Scentsy, I did a ton of events. I did a ton of home parties, and I loved it because that was my social time. We had one car when I joined Scentsy. I was very much like isolated at home. And so being able to go do parties and events on the weekends was great because that's how I got my social life. And then my kids got old enough to do sports and I didn't want to miss out on their stuff. I missed one of Deacon's football games and I cried the whole time. And I was like, I'm never doing that again. I'm going to change how I'm running my business. I transitioned to basket parties and then I transitioned to Facebook parties. And then when Scentsy Club came out, I had already been one of the like VIP members, but the VIP program a few years ago was boo-boo. It was really bad. And so when Scentsy Club came out, I was like, okay, I can get on board with this. I'm a super creative minded person. And when everybody started doing the whiff box, when they started their own, I was like, that sounds awesome, but I don't want to do that. Like, that's a lot of work and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to wait until Scentsy does it and then I'll jump on that train. But I just do not have the capacity for it at all. We were in the thick of foster care and it just was not Not what I was going to do with my time and my energy, but I thought it was amazing. And I was jealous of people that had that capacity, but I just didn't. So I decided to wait till Scentsy came out with it. And when we got our first whiff box, I kind of took off running with it, and I was super successful. I had a ton of whiff boxes that I was selling every month. And then when we were able to add it into Scentsy Club, that's kind of how I transitioned. So I was selling 25, 30 whiff boxes a month. I transitioned all of those people into Scentsy Club members. Then when we could get it half off and we got the percentage off, it just kind of snowballed from there. So I actually have 2 Scentsy Club subscriptions. For those of y'all that don't know what it is a personalized subscription that you can create. It is free to join Scentsy Club or to create a Scentsy Club. It's free to change it whenever you want. It is free to cancel it at any time. There is no like fee. It's not one of those tricks where they're like, oh, hey, pay $25 a year and you can get 10% off everything. No, we don't do that. You're also not going to get a surprise email being like, oh, thanks for joining and being a consultant, when you really just wanted to get a percentage off your products. Like, we don't do that. So I really went live one time and opened up my Scentsy Club. I had a bunch of retired bars because we have the Always Get My Bar program, which is one of the best perks. So if you put any bar into Scentsy Club, even if it discontinues, they're going to continue making it for you at no additional cost forever, as long as it's in your club. And I had kind of like chipmunked a bunch of discontinued bars in my club, and I hadn't told anybody about it. And so one day I decided to open it up live, and that video is still public on my Facebook, so you can still go on there and find it. I have on a green t-shirt, and I opened it up live and I talked about it because we were about to transition into the percentage off and then the half off item when we changed everything like a year and a half ago. And over the 48 hours after making that video, I had 27 new subscriptions. Literally, you have to open up your Scentsy Club live. People have to see it. They have to understand that it's like Christmas every time you open it. They have to understand what the whiff box is. It is not enough to just post a picture of it. You have to really let them know the experience of, oh, I get a box every single month and it has my favorite bars in it that nobody else can buy. They're made only for me. I get a percentage off of all of my products. Everything I have in here, I get 10% off of. And this whiff box, look at all this stuff. There's $30 worth of stuff in here and I got it half off. Or I got my washer whiffs half off or whatever. So if you have more than $30 in your club, you get 10% off. And once you hit $60, you're going to get a half price item. Well, what is $60 worth of products? It's 10 bars. How many of you guys have customers that buy 6 packs every 1, 2, or 3 months? It should be all of them. If you are following up with your customers, it should be all of them. So there's no reason. It doesn't make sense to not sign up for Scentsy Club. You can change them. So if you've got customers that are ordering every 1, 2, or 3 months, get them signed into club, especially right now. Right now is a prime time to get new club subscriptions. Because what do we have right now? We have Bring Back My Bar. We have 25. What is it? Actually 35. If you count the 10 Scentsy Club only bars, we have 25 bars right now that are retired and have come back. Scentsy gives us an amazing report that's in our workstation that tells us every single person that has ever purchased any of those bars. And you can go in there and you can personally contact every one of those people and say, hey, Mandarin Moon is back. Mandarin Moon is one of my most favorite scents ever of all time. And how much each month do you currently have on club? Like for my own personal subscriptions, I have a monthly club and then I have a quarterly club for customers. Depends on the month. I have anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 a month right now because I've recruited quite a few of those customers. And then I give them their club when they sign up as a consultant. So I'm actually in the process of revamping. My goal is to have 50 subscriptions a month. Right now I have anywhere from 30 to 45 a month because remember, doesn't have to be monthly. It can be every 1, 2, or 3 months. So there are some months that are really heavy because people have quarterly subscriptions and they're all going to hit on that same month because I did that video and everybody signed up that month to do quarterly. So some months are much heavier. But usually I'd say average of 3,000 to 4,000 a month in Scentsy Club. And that's without touching anything. Like that's like, I wake up on the first of the month and I go to the Scentsy Club tab and I look and see how much PRV I'm going to have that month. That's, before any LTOs, that's before following up with any customers. It's mindless work. I don't have to do anything for it other than thank them, make sure that they're happy with it, see if they need help with anything, remind them that we have all these LTOs or whatever. But if you go to that report and you look and see, okay, who's ordered Mandarin Moon? Because that's my favorite. Like I said, what used to happen during Bring Back My Bar month? We used to have to stock up on a scent, spend hundreds of dollars. Like if this was 5 years ago, before Scentsy Club and Always Get My Bar, I would spend every dollar of my host rewards, all my half price items, and probably $200 or $300 worth of retail in Mandarin Moon so that I could stock up, so that I could use a few cubes at a time until it hopefully comes back at a later date, right? We don't have to do that anymore. There is no more spending hundreds of dollars. Now, what I've had a lot of people do is they're like, oh, I'm adding that to my Scentsy Club. Can you go ahead and order me a 6-pack too, so that I have some, in the meantime. So that's been good. But now you don't have to do that. Now you can sign up for Scentsy Club or add it to your club and get it forever. And depending on how many you want, if you have a quarterly subscription and you add 1 bar to that, that's 4 bars a year. And for me, that's like half of a wax change. And I change my wax twice a week. I use like 6 to 8 bars of wax when I change my wax. You know what I mean? So it's not that many bars, which is why I have like 40 in my quarterly subscription. It is serious business, like real crazy, but I'm a consultant and it's fine. But right now we have Bring Back My Bar. So we have all of those scents. We have that spreadsheet. We have an entire list of discontinuing scents. So every 6 months when we have a new catalog season, I look at my Scentsy Club. And so right now I probably have in my quarterly subscription, probably 8 to 10 bars from last spring, summer that I added in the off chance that they didn't come back. Just like last fall, I added honey pear cider, being like, oh, in the off chance that it doesn't come back. It didn't come back. Who saw that coming? Nobody. But I'm going to get a few bars a year. And so I'm fine. But you know what I mean? Like I go through and all of the scents on that discontinued list, I ask myself, would I cry if these didn't come back next season? There are several of them that I need to have. Very Snowy Spruce and Very Merry Cranberry. That is my Christmas Eve scent. It has been forever and will be forever. I want my children, when they smell that, when they're 30 years old, to think about Christmas morning growing up. So I will add those 2 to my Scentsy Club, and the off chance that they don't come back, I'm still going to get it. So we have the discontinued list with dozens of scents on there. We have the Bring Back My Bar list with dozens of scents on there. You guys have prime opportunity right now to beef up those Scentsy Club subscriptions if they already exist, and to talk to people about creating a subscription if you haven't already. It's free to do it. You get a discount. If you don't want to host and you don't want to join, if you have a customer that's always like, oh, what's the special right now? You have a coupon? What's the deal? No. Scentsy Club is a deal all the time. If you don't want to host and you don't want to join, Scentsy Club is the best deal that you're going to get if you don't want to be a host or a consultant, because you get 10% off of all of your consumable stuff. You can get a half price item. You get it straight to your door, and you don't ever have to say goodbye to your favorite fragrances. So it doesn't make sense not to. That's kind of my tagline. Doesn't make sense not to. Oh yeah. Ocean was another one, Raimi. I have that one come every single month. I love Ocean. It's a good one. Does anybody have any questions about what I've said? I kind of like threw a lot at you guys. I really started with the Whiff Box. That was kind of my segue into creating club subscriptions. And then several times a year when we have Bring Back My Bar and then the discontinued scents, that's when I go through and I really get a lot more people to sign up, and I'm able to beef up my already existing club subscriptions. And I did mention it a little bit ago, I forgot to circle back, that my subscriptions kind of go up and down because I recruit a lot of my Scentsy Club members. Oh yeah, bricks. Absolutely. You can get bricks in Scentsy Club. You can get them half off too. And then Yeah. And like the seasonal bricks, if they don't want the full size, they can get it in bar size. Absolutely. Do I send monthly thank yous to my club subscribers? I do. I was doing them monthly, but it was a lot to keep up with. And so that's one of those things where I've kind of decided to free myself a little bit of that. And now instead of doing a monthly thing for them, I'm going to do a quarterly club gift to everybody. So instead of doing it like, okay, well, who has a subscription this month? They're going to get like a normal thank you for your order. Thank you. But quarterly, all of my subscribers are going to get a quarterly gift. That way I can be more intentional about the amount of product that I put in there. I'm doing my quarterly gift next month. So I'm going to sample all of the new season sales kits that I got. They're going to get something from the new clean stuff, the new laundry stuff. They're going to get some new wax samples. My favorite 6-pack, I buy those little, they're called wax molds on Amazon, and you can buy them in the dozens, and they're in little, it literally looks like a bar, but there's usually like 6 of these and they're in different shapes. They're super cheap. You can always get it in bulk and then split it with a local team member to save on, some cost. But I do like a Maggie 6-pack when we have new catalogs, or when we have a bunch of like a large group of scents that comes out, and I put samples in there. So I'm going to do that quarterly now instead of monthly, because it just became too much. When I have dozens and dozens of them to do every month, it just was too much for me. So I've decided to do them quarterly now instead. So I feel a little bit more intentional about it. But in looking at my club subscribers, if I have someone that is ordering consistently large amount of product, it doesn't really make sense for them to not be a consultant and get paid back on those purchases, because you can transfer their club to them. And so I kind of use club as a way to take a peek into who loves Scentsy enough that they want a large amount of product coming to their door regularly. Because if they love it that much, odds are they have friends and family that do too. And they'd probably make a good consultant. So I've recruited a large amount of Scentsy Club subscribers. I think in 2020. Was 2020 the year that we changed the club? Or was that 2019? I don't remember. No, it was 2020 was the hyper growth year, right? I had 47 new recruits that year, and 35 of them were from Scentsy Club. So, and I never would have probably asked any of those people to join otherwise, because I had no idea that they loved it that much, because they weren't ordering that much from me. You know what I mean? So like when someone says or sees like a 6-pack on my Facebook, I want that 6-pack. Great. Do you need any bulbs? Do you need cotton cleanups? Whatever. But what happens when they're unleashed into like a store? You know what I mean? If you go to Target for one thing, or you go to the website for one thing, or you click on an ad and you buy one thing, maybe 2 things, great. But when you are unleashed into a store, or, if you purchase something for $25 and they're like, you're $13.75 away from free shipping, you're going to do that. You know what I mean? So they might go to your Scentsy Club part of your website for Mandarin Moon. But then when they get there, they're going to see, oh, I can get like all the bars that I like every few months. I can get cotton cleanups. Oh, dang, I can just go ahead and get my bathroom cleaner and my Scentsy Fresh here at 10% off. Oh, I'm going to do that. And then they create this order, and it snowballs. So you really get to see how much people are loving the products. And it's really eye-opening once they go there for one thing and they're kind of opened up to this world of what Scentsy Club could be. How do you handle the customers who say they need to do a subscription and then waiting? If it's a time-sensitive month like this one, where they only have till the end of the month to add their favorite scent, I would continue to follow up with them. Sometimes they might be overwhelmed by it. It gets a little bit tricky because Scentsy doesn't really want us getting into our customer Scentsy Club, because their credit card information is, it's attached there. Their payment stuff is. I think that there is a way to like create an account for a customer and create a Scentsy Club and then have them sign in and do their payment information. And then they can change the password. But sometimes they're just busy. Like I forget to do stuff all the time. So it's nice to be reminded of things. But if it's a time sensitive thing, like this month where there's discontinuing scents, I would stay on them about it. But then at the same time, like if they're still ordering from you, it just might not be a priority for them to do that. You can't really make them. So, yeah, cotton cleanups. So cotton cleanups, have been a little bit of a hot spot or hot topic because they keep selling out. When Scentsy gets a shipment in, they automatically pull the number from that shipment that is needed for Scentsy Club. So if you love cleanups and you have customers that love cleanups, add them to your club. And there have been months where I haven't gotten mine and they've come separately, but I always get them. That way you're not having to wait till they maybe come back, because they're always going to fulfill Scentsy Club first before opening up to everybody else. Just a little tidbit there about the cotton cleanups. Does anybody else have any other questions at all about club? Hopefully I answered some questions y'all had. Cleared some stuff up.
Thank you. That's like, I don't even know how many I have. They just run and I don't even look, but I need to go look. Because when their club runs, I send out their thank you that month, but I love the idea of doing it quarterly. And so they still get your normal thank yous. What do you put in it? What do you put in your normal thank yous?
A normal thank you. I actually just redid mine. My friend Ariel Huggins makes this like amazing rack card and I kind of copied her idea, and it like on the back is Scentsy Club info because I put Scentsy Club stuff on everything. And then the front is just a cute little like, thank you so much for shopping. When you purchase from me, you're able to, you help me with the boys and blah, 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 with my little QR code and a picture of me. So I always do that. And then I'll do a scent circle always. So local customers, when they order from me, when I deliver their order, I attach a scent circle on the tag. That's like where I put their name. I put it on the bag. And then, okay, so I did just order directly from Canva today. I have not picked it up yet, but I just tried it today. So I will let you know tomorrow because
it's mine.
Oh, nice. Okay. So yours is like a whole sheet. Okay.
Well, this is just kind of like an update of, I didn't do rack cards. This is just going to be a flyer. I'm going to do them quarterly, but I did put all the stuff on the back.
Wait,
but this is a Canva.
You ordered that from Canva?
Yes. I made it on Canva and then I sent it to FedEx, and because FedEx was printing and it was next business day pickup.
So that's what I was saying. A lot of leaders are talking about how instead of printing it or downloading stuff from Canva on your own, you can just have Canva do the printing, but they have the option where you can send it to your local FedEx and pick it up like Maggie's going to do the next day.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet. So that's why I didn't know if either one of you had. I have a FedEx right around the corner. I don't like
me
FedEx.
too. And mine right around the corner doesn't do the printing. So I have to go to a different one, which is a little bit annoying, but it's still close and it's still convenient enough that I'll make it work. But not all FedExes do the printing. It has to have a Kinko's attached to it. It can't just be a regular FedEx. So, but it'll show you, like you put in your zip code and then it'll tell you all the ones that have that option that are close to you. So I picked the one that is closest to me that I'll drive by it tomorrow, but it's not the one that's closest to my house. I got tricked into that too. I was like, oh, I can just zip right over there. No, still more convenient though. And still, it really wasn't that expensive. I think it was for rack cards, double-sided color rack cards. It was $60 for 250.
Well, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
No, it was like 23 cents a piece or something like that. And I don't have to do
shipping.
No shipping. And I have to wait for it. And it's double-sided color. Do you have any idea how much it costs on Vistaprint to do a double-sided color rack card?
And that's cheaper than Amazon printing too.
Yep.
Because I want to say that they're like 50 something a piece if you're doing double-sided.
Yep. So cheap, like not bad at all.
Yeah.
So I always do like my little thank you thing. I do a scent circle, and then I do the scent of the month sample on a felt sample. and I do a non-machinable stamp. So it's like 80 cents or something like that. And it goes just fine because it doesn't weigh too much.
Perfect.
So it's like the butterfly stamp. Yeah, this guy at the post office. Unless you print your own, and it'll tell you like when you go to print your own if you do that. But if you buy them from the post office, I happened to do that this last time. It's the butterfly stamp. So that's my thank you. Oh, and I'll do like if I have them printed out, sometimes I forget. I have that like wax cash, and I'll give them a coupon for $5 off their next order of $25 or more. And I'll have people that'll save that up. Like I'll have someone send me like a $100-something order, and they'll be like, I have 5 wax caches. Can I use it? And I'm like, sure. I mean, I had to put a thing on there to be like $5 off your $25 purchase. I'm not just gonna like give out free bars, but
Right.
But people keep ordering, like they love it. So that's what's in mine.
Do you put those along with a scent circle too? The wax cache? Did you say it was instead of?
No, I'll do it with it, but sometimes I forget to print out more wax cache and I won't have any. It just kind of depends, but I try to do it, especially for my super regular customers or for my bigger orders. I think actually how I was doing it was based on the order total for like, I don't know, I think it was like $75 or more that I'm putting in a $5 wax cache. But if someone has only ordered like $15 or $20 on my website, I don't usually do a wax cache. I think it depends on the order size, is how I was kind of paring it down. But I don't have very many people use it. Like I'll have some people that will save it up, but I can count on one hand the number of people in the last 6 months that have said, I have wax cache, can I use it? So sometimes it's just a reminder, or they'll go to use it on my website and there isn't anywhere to use it on my website, even though it says like, you have to contact me to use this. They'll just order anyway, which I don't keep up with who I send wax cache to. That's their job to keep up with it and ask me how to use it.
Perfect. I was sending it. So when my thank you is when they were like, I was doing like a set for 25, 50, 75, and just like larger packages. But I like that because it can just go in the same envelope and not charge you any more for shipping. So
yeah, no, it's like this big. Like I print out a whole sheet of it, and so I'll just stick it in there. But yeah, I don't keep up with it, honestly. I just kind of send it. It's like a coupon. Like if you don't keep Kohl's cash, they're not gonna be like,
remind you.
Oh, you remember having this one? You feel like you have this much in Kohl's cash? Okay. No. Do you specify wax cache can't be used for club orders? No, I've never had anybody ask me that. It usually just says on your next order of $25 or more, but I don't send out wax cache for a Scentsy Club order. I send out wax cache for a PWS order, and like my local customers don't get wax cache. I give wax cache to people that have paid shipping. That's kind of their little like token is, oh, you paid shipping on your order. You ordered online, saved me from, whatever. You made this super easy for me. Most of my orders now have transitioned. I will say one good thing that happened in the pandemic is almost all of my customers transitioned to online ordering, and most of them have not gone back to like wanting to pick up locally. A lot of them are still ordering online.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
been so nice.
Yeah.
Anyone else have any more questions?
I think I answered all the ones that are on there.
Yeah, I think you did. Well, thank you. I'm excited. Yeah. I haven't done much with Club, and so I'm really excited to really start beefing those up because, like you said, work smarter, not harder. It just happens. Like today, I'm like, why is my PRV up? Oh, Club day. People's clubs ran.
Yep.
So,
yep.
And I didn't do a thing.
Nope.
That's fabulous.
No, I don't ask for the wax cache back. I mean, my customers are usually pretty, I don't know. I've never had anybody be like, I have $75 in wax cache, or try to use it 3 months in a row. Like I've never had that happen.
I was going to ask you, sorry.
No, you're good.
If they place an order online and then say, hey, I forgot I have this wax cache, how do you deal with that? Do you just like Venmo them $5?
No, I've never had anybody say that to me.
Because you send them to people who order online, and then they go to order online. Do you just place their order for them and then?
Yeah, I just do an individual order and do it for them, because they'll say like, how do I redeem this? And I'll say, oh, you have to do it through me. Go ahead and send me your order. I'll send you an invoice and I'll place it for you, like on my end of things.
Okay.
But no, I've never had anybody ask me to like retroactively use it. I've had someone be like, oh, I forgot to use this. I'll have to make sure to remember on my next one. And I'll say, yeah, let me know, because you have to do it through me. But I've never had anybody be like, you owe me $5.
I just had this one girl. I just didn't place her own order. She was like, I'm just going to order online. I have this wax cash. And I just was like, oh, I'll just send you $5.
I mean, if you want to do it like that, you can. There's no like right or wrong way to do it. I just have never done that. I've never had anybody ask me to either, but
well, I just try to make things simpler. So
yeah, listen, whatever works for you, whatever works.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
For coming on.
Yeah. It's good to see you guys.
You too. We'll see
See
you.
you very soon.
Yes. I'll see you in a couple weeks, Raimi. We're the spirit leaders.
There's 5 of us. Did you know that?
No, but thank God. I literally was like, Sydney, are you sure that you asked the right person? Like, are you sure that you asked me to do the right thing? And she was like, oh, we're very sure.
Well, I went
like, okay.
Well, I was like, are you sure you didn't mean Houston? She's like, no, I'm positive. You're in Dallas. And I said, okay. And then I saw Shelly Eldridge this weekend, and then she messaged Sydney. She's like, how many are there supposed to be of us? Because there's only 1 for Houston, and then there's 5 of us for Dallas. So we're going to have all the confetti and all the fun stuff. It's going to be a good time. So I don't think that they'll have
I'll do the golf clap.
Yeah.
So when I say I was like, are they sure? Like, I'm not lying. I was like, spirit leader, me, really? Like, I can do a lot of things. I'm not real spirity, you know? Like, I need like a week-long nap after world tour and other events. Like, I'm pretty introverted at heart. So I'm glad that there's a lot of us, and it's not just like me and you know, because it would be all you, boo.
With a bunch of people I don't really know, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. So
bless.
Anyway.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna go make sure all my kids are in bed. Thanks for having me.
Me too.
See you later. Bye.
Bye. Okay, Raimi, did you have anything you wanted to touch on?
No. The only thing is, and I don't think that we've had official communication, and correct me if I'm wrong, but there is going to be a new referral program with Scentsy Club. So right now it doesn't go into effect until, what does the catalog say? After February 1st?
I don't know. It's in the catalog, but I don't know when it goes.
Yeah. So
viral.
Yeah, I don't think that there's not been official communication, I don't think, other than it being in the catalog. But right now is the best time for you to get people on board so they get used to their Scentsy Club and how it works. And then moving forward, and I only say that because I know that Lisa spoke about it on United We Rise. So there's a good referral program that's coming for people that have Scentsy Club. So you want to make sure that you pull them in now when they need to get their Bring Back My Bar and their discontinued list and all those things, because then in the next few months, it'll benefit both of you as the consultant and as the customer. So, but I should have asked Maggie that, but I don't think I know that there's communication coming. I just don't know when. So,
okay. So this is what they talked about at Summit, and I haven't looked in the catalog to see if it changed, but you make full PRV on your personal club people, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so then they can share their referral link with their friends, and their friends can sign up kind of like, here's you, and then here's your customer, and then she can branch out on her own. And we make 5% on that, correct? Of anyone they bring in.
Correct.
Okay.
I think it was the 5% because I know that, I think Tiff said that there is a news article. the end of 2021 was a blur. So if there was, I don't remember it. But I know that we're getting I know that there will be another like big blast coming soon.
Yes.
Like with all the details on it. And there's a certain way we have to do it to stay within compliance with the DSA. I do know that as well. That was something else I talked about.
I'm really excited. It's going to be so great.
It's just
That
good
referral program.
that customers will benefit off of sharing and getting people on board with your business. So, and then those people that are really good recruiters for Scentsy Club need to become consultants. So it all makes sense.
Yep.
So.
Yep. So if your Scentsy Club person ends up joining, all their friends clubs go to them.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It'll be good.
But if they join, say I have a customer who has a Scentsy Club and has referrals under her, and she goes and joins under Rami, those Scentsy Club people who were under her do not go with her. They go to me, right? Yeah. That's what I thought.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That is correct. That's where they were. Some of that stuff is confusing, so they're going to put like a big schematic together for us. So it'll be good.
What do you call the transition kit? Transition business toolkit?
Yep.
Okay. So if you haven't already got your transition stuff, it's in a whole kit this year. You don't have to scramble for those dang stickers. It's literally one click, transition business toolkit. One click and you'll get everything that you need for spring, summer. So
catalogs, product sheet, all the stickers. What else was in there? Is that it?
Product training guide, maybe.
Dang
it. You just
product training guide.
Catalog, stickers.
Yeah.
Testers.
Yeah, it's
testers. Everything you need is one click.
And it's $60 something dollars. $63. Yeah.
63. Which I feel like I spend a lot more than that when it's not bundled. So I'm super glad that it was bundled. I just ordered mine.
You are not. Is that how you say?
Catilia.
How do you say her name?
Catilia.
Catilia. You're not alone. I haven't ordered mine yet. Mine are in my cart, and I haven't hit go yet. So, and I didn't realize I hadn't hit go until I was at an event this weekend, and somebody had stickers, and I looked, and I'm like, "You already have your stickers." Oh, because they were proactive. Ordered them on the 1st. So that's okay. So.
I just wanted to chat with, if you go to your workstation and go to orders, and right after you click on orders, you probably can't see, there's Scentsy Club right there. So you can click Scentsy Club and you can see upcoming Scentsy orders, who they are, the processing date, and then how often they're getting it.
Yeah.
So 1, 2, 3, I have 4. 5. There's one process today. So I have 5 in January. So it says, it's earned. So I have 11 total subscriptions, 6 this month, 3 next month. Okay. I like how it breaks it all down. I haven't really looked a lot in there, but if you guys are wondering where that's at, yeah, it has been so helpful. I've looked at it before, but I haven't looked at it recently. So it has everyone through April on mine. So awesome. I need to go edit mine and add all the things.
How are you guys doing with this Bring Back My Bar list? Like, are your customers excited about this one, or is it just feel like it's another, like it's the same set? And be honest, like, you guys excited about this one? I will say I've had quite a few people add stuff to club because I've pretty much forced them to say, don't ask me for this again. It's in the club, or this is like the last time I get to order this. So I've just put it out there. Like, if you want simply vanilla and you don't add it to the cart, don't come at me later. So
yeah. Simply vanilla, definitely. Shelly got me hooked on that one, and then I never put it in Scentsy Club, and then now I wish I had it. So
yeah, if you have customers that like vanilla, vanilla bean buttercream is not the same as Simply Vanilla. There is
Mm-mm.
literally nothing like it. So that's a big one. And then Mandarin Moon, I haven't lied to people, but I've just told them that if it was in the Bring Back My Bar this time, it's not likely going to come back for many, many, many years. So they need to add it to their club.
Mhm.
It's just encouragement to get them to do that. So, but that was just from I was doing follow-up this weekend. So I think that's all I got. Like, I just need to start reaching out more to people to remind them about club, because it's
Yeah.
easy for me to just automatically enter their order and think, oh, it's a $60 order. And I don't, I'll take the $60 order. It's not an automatic for me even still to just always offer the Scentsy Club. I think it's something that we need to lead with instead of just saying, I'm going to place your order. So I think Maggie does a really good job with that, obviously. She's got that many.
She's got it. Yeah, seriously. I was filling out my send my thank yous, like this thing, who to send my thank yous to.
Oh, yeah.
And I was coming over the same like people's name over and over and over. So that's another thing I need to make a mental note and say, okay, this person's, I only went back to November and this one person had 3 orders. So
yeah, they either need to join or they need to join the club for sure. Yeah. Lindsay, what you got?
Oh, I was just going to say that I actually went live in my VIP group and walked them through a Scentsy Club subscription and showed it to them and showed them how easy it was. And I led with a post like an hour before I went live saying, Cozy Cardigan is going away and all of y'all buy it. So we need stock. And I just said, I'll be live in an hour and I'm going to show you how to get this forever. And I've gotten a lot of response. And to be totally transparent, I haven't gotten that many actual club subscriptions, but at least I got a bunch of leads and a bunch of people messaging me back and they're like, oh my God, I got to do this. So that's why I was asking, because it's kind of been a few days and I know people get busy. So I'm not like on everyone, but I have a list going of people I'm going to continue to follow up with.
Oh, for sure. No, that's perfect. And I think, mind you, it's only the 10th, but like I think of the month in thirds. So like by the time we get to that end of the second, 2/3 of the way through,
like the 20th.
Yeah, I would really be hounding them and saying, your time is just a ticking away. So I like the idea of also letting them know ahead of time that you're going live. So then they're fully prepared to be like, okay, she's going to show me and I'm going to add all this stuff.
Yeah.
So.
And another thing I'm doing this month with my Scentsy Club subscriptions I currently have is I went through and looked at the order history to see what they've been ordering. And if they have stuff in their club that's being discontinued, like fragrance flowers or car bars or whatever, I'm reaching out to them to let them know, like, hey, I know you have this in your club. It's going to be discontinued, but you can stock up this month and get it 10% off. So, going that route with the club too.
Ooh, I like that because it's going to discontinue and it's just going to pull out of their club without them even knowing.
Emails them, but how often do people read that or forget about it?
And people do not understand the concept of it's only always get my bar. Because the fragrance is going away in laundry or whatever, they're like, oh, I'm just going to add it to the club. And then they're all mad because it's like their second quarter to get it. And they're like, why? It's not there anymore. Well, it's not a bar. But I think they just see the fact that it's a fragrance going away and they're like, oh my gosh, I got to stock up on all the things. But
I'll make a note of that.
Yeah, I like the idea of just letting them know to stock up on it. Back in my day when we didn't have the club, we did have to stock up on all the things and spend all of our commissions on all of our favorites.
Seriously.
I remember those days too.
I was doing my presentation for World Tour and I'm like, Y'all remember 2 years ago, back in the day, the good old days where we carried around before we had to carry around hand sanitizer, and before we could cough freely and nobody freaked out, and all the things. I'm like, that was 2 years ago. It wasn't like that long ago, but good old days. So anyways, but
All right. I hear my children screaming upstairs, so
we have lots of following up to do over the next week for sure,
Yes.
because I've got just a lot of ideas on. And then I think I have a video, and if not, I can share it. But with the discontinued list and any of the Bring Back My Bar, you can search in the workstation under order history. You can type in product name, and you can see you can pull a report that will show, like if you type in Mandarin Moon, it'll pop up. It'll populate everybody who's ever ordered Mandarin Moon. So then that's a lead for you. You can contact them and just say, hey, I see that you've ordered Mandarin Moon in the past, and it's available in Bring Back My Bar right now, and you can add it to the club. So I don't know if I did that video in here, Amy, or if it's just on my page, but I can share that too if you need to.
So you just changed like your filters?
Yeah. So I'd have to go back and look but I'm on my laptop, but it's either under order history or it's under I'll show you. But a way to type in specific product.
No, I figured it out. You just go to your history and then you just go history and then custom, and I did. It goes back to the 2016. So I went to 2016 to today, product name Mandarin Moon, and then
then
all
it
these
should
people.
Populate. And then you can export it to an Excel spreadsheet, and then I add all of them to this, I toggle them all onto one spreadsheet. Lindsay knows what I'm talking about because I think I've showed this a few times on our page. And if you've been in for a long time, it gives you a really long list, and I just work on contacting people a handful of people every day. I try not to do them all at one time because I get overwhelmed, but if I can contact one fragrance or two fragrances a day, that's just how I focus on it. So but Amy, I think I have a video, so if I already have it, I'll share it on here so you guys can see it.
Okay.
It's just a way to combat when you have any downline, like if any of you guys have team members that will say I don't know who to call, nobody wants to buy anything. Well, if you've been a consultant for a couple of years, you do have people that have bought this possibly in the past. So just a good way to follow up. So
what you're doing is under sales report.
I think that is. It's not under the order history. It's under sales report. Okay.
Yeah, because then you can do search by product name.
Yep. And then 1 year they did it where they gave it to us already. Like you could just pull up a Bring Back My Bar report. It was it was right next to your business analyst report.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
Okay. Yeah. Robin, how old is your mom? Is that your mom in the background?
Me?
Robin.
Yeah, that's my mom. She's
okay.
She's gonna be 89.
Oh my goodness, she's getting around so good.
Yeah, she's hanging in there.
She is. No, I have my grandmother still lives by herself.
Oh yeah.
But she's stubborn, and we have cameras all over her house. So when I saw I figured it was your mom. I'm like, oh, if my grandmother was not so stubborn, she'd be right in the background too, because but she's not easy to live with. So there's that.
She's pretty good. She just kind of does her own thing. So
no, she's getting around really well. That was I that's what I kept smiling about, because I'm like, oh, she's just so cute.
Yeah.
So anyways, we'll tell her we said hello. So
I will. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. I think we're good. Does anybody have questions or anything that they're working on that they are stuck on, since you have us for about 2 minutes or so? You can message us too if you want to, if that's easier. So I think we had a good group though for the first one.
Yeah.
think it's good. So
I'll be looking for a guest speaker for next time, unless you just want to do it with us, or send me or Rami, depending whose group you're in, send us topics that you would find valuable that you would come and listen to. So it's not just boring stuff that, does that make sense? Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm really pregnant, so my brain does not function.
I don't think that my team knows that. My team, I don't think that they know that you are almost 31 weeks with her third.
Congratulations.
Oh, my
third-
third boy.
And
Third
I
boy.
met Amy when she was pregnant at leadership with her first boy.
Oh my gosh, I was this pregnant.
She was. And she was going to go get ice cream in New Orleans. And she was like, I'm going to go to this little gelato place. And I was like, not by yourself, you're not. And I didn't know her, but I was like, here's this woman that's like walking out of the hotel. And I was like, I'll go. Cause I'm thinking she gonna get mugged in the middle of.
Robin's laughing because she lives in my hometown, and it's like this tiny little 300 people hometown. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it's fine. I'm in New Orleans. I'm just going to walk to the ice cream shop.
Okay,
That's what we do at home.
Let me also say this. I didn't know her, but we went and had ice cream, and we were leaving the ice cream shop. And if you've ever been to New Orleans, there's all these street vendor guys that try